Episode 47. The Cyborg Journey Continues. It is Sunday, the 16th of January. I'm sitting at home. I've had my surgery. It's been switched on, and I've been given the remote control. The first experience of setting up the configuration didn't exactly go well. I seem to be quite sensitive in some areas, and therefore at the end of a day of testing things, we decided to just switch off and I went home. However, it's not something that's going to be seen and should never be seen as a magic bullet. It's unrealistic to expect it to work first time. If you read the literature, other people have experienced very similar things. In my case, what I experienced was that the degree of, what do you call it? This, or the tremor, was pretty much under control. Incidentally, I started that process with absolutely no dopamine in my system, which I understand is the traditional way to do it. So I was feeling pretty ropey, and I was glad I was in the hands of two excellent professionals who were guiding me through the process. So they started off with activating and going through various settings. And then they would see through various tests how I was walking by observation. For example, tapping is one of the things that I was asked to do. And eventually they got to the point where this movement was pretty much under control. Unfortunately, associated with that, they'd set it to a level that was quite high, and as a result I was getting unwanted dystonia and dyskinesia. And that, I think I might simulate that. So it was sort of like that sort of movement. I'm not sure if that was a simulation or actually happened. Things were twisting round like that. So I ended up punching myself and trying to avoid objects. And of course, I'm doing this with this red button, which allows me to turn things on or off. However, I was just focusing on reporting how I was feeling and giving feedback to the team. So now I've come home, and what's happened is my medication schedule, which consists of primarily Medapar, has a value of about 1.2 grams per day. And so we decided to begin reducing that medication load over time. And as that load decreases, I expect to see more proliferation of the symptoms. And that's pretty much what's been happening. So I will now continue to make adjustments. In my case, I don't need to report to anybody on how I feel because I know how I feel. And sometimes it's hard to put it in words. There are two channels, A and B. You can switch between the channels. So you can have a basic program which gives you a satisfactory situation. And then I've been doing all my experiments on channel 2, which is the other channel. And then you can activate or deactivate as you go along. So that's where we are. I did have one really good day. However, that was right around the morning after my first dose of 100 grams of Modipar. No, it wasn't 100 grams, 10 grams of Modipar, 250-gram doses at 7 a.m. And shortly after that had been absorbed in the bloodstream, there was almost a cessation of all the symptoms. And I thought, wow, this is great. I'm feeling really good. And I did feel good. I felt great until about 7 p.m. that night when I started feeling bad and worse, and this started happening again. And yeah, it's a process. So stick with the process. Trust your doctors. If they allow you to do some changes on your own, then be careful how you make them. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to the next few months, because it's probably going to take a while to get things tuned. With the help of the people, hopefully it won't take so long. But these things, you're lucky if you get it right first time. I wasn't lucky, but I still feel optimistic. So that's the end. I'm now going to post this on YouTube and hope that it's useful to someone who's watching. Oh, I'm sorry about the quality, and sorry I've flipped it around because I just couldn't be bothered to use anything except my MacBook today. Using the phone, it's a pain. And some people are not used to the letter portrait format rather than landscape. All right, bye. How do I switch this thing off? I should know that.